Please start.
Okay, thank you. Uh, Good afternoon, everyone, all the participants, those who are participating in the 21 days National Refresher course on recent technologies of livestock-based integrated farming system for doubling farmers' income. Today, my topic is impact of successful pig entrepreneurs in acceptance, adoption, and dissemination of pig-based farming in East Singhbhum, Jharkhand. Myself, Dr. Ravindra Mohan Mishra, working as a scientist, animal husbandry in Krishi Vigyan Kendra East Singhbhum under the host institution Birsa Agriculture University and under the Directorate of Extension Education. Once again, I feel privileged to be over here to deliver my lecture, my experience on how we gained uh, good rapport in among the farmers of East Singhbhum. And first of all, since you are listening for the first time, maybe East Singhbhum, it is a district in Jharkhand located in the southeastern region, and it shares the boundaries with West Bengal, two districts, Jhargram and Purulia, and Odisha, and the
So please
rest.
change your slides.
Okay, it is there. I will move the slide accordingly, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah. So our district uh, is famously known all over the world, I can say, because for its heavy truck manufacturing. Tata Motors is in Jamshedpur, and the district capital of East Singhbhum is Jamshedpur, that is famously called Tata. Tata is famous for Tata Steel and Tata Motors. So it is a combination of urban industrial area as well as the remote and the forest full of rural East Singhbhum of Jharkhand, you can say. The predominant population over here is in the rural area is Santhalis, the tribals, the Mundas, the Kurmis, famously called Mahatos. So it is, and the urban area that you can say Tata and the suburbs of Tata are a mixed cultured population from all the corners of our country. They represent Tata. So Tata is sometimes called mini Mumbai also. So I am very pleased to address you on from the platform of Tatas. So our Krishi Vigyan Kendra, since its inception in the year 2005, the team of Krishi Vigyan Kendra under the dynamic leadership of our head, Dr. Arti Vinayaka, we started working for the farming community dwelling over here in this district. And we all were very young, and we were very eager to do something for the farming community. And as we started our survey to the villages, remotest of the villages in East Singhbhum, we came to know that the farming system here is totally rain-fed, and it is risk-prone, critical, and diversified. So, seeing that the prevalent crop over here grown by the farmers is paddy, and it is totally depending upon the rains. But this district receives very good rain of around 1,200 to 1,400 millimeters. So it is good rain, but since it is rain dependent, the paddy is sometimes very good and sometimes it is not very good. So to meet the risk involved in only one crop, that is paddy, farmers here at their backyards, they raise livestock. Especially the smaller livestock are very common and very famous in the livelihood of the rural population. Among the livestock, there are cattle, mostly nondescript for draft purpose, and they are the main source of cow dung. And they have smaller animals, goats, sheep, chicken, ducks, pigeon. They raise, most of the households raise pigeon also, and most of the tribal families, they keep pigs as one of their livestock. So livestock are basically used for their livelihood purposes, and sometimes it is being used as an ATM by the farmers of money. They sell their animals and they get money and they do their work. So this type of livelihood is almost everywhere where the farmers are resource poor in India. So it is in the same way in Singhbhum and in Jharkhand also. So we came across with some of the thirst areas over here for the district and for the farming community. Uh, when we focused on the tribal population, those who were really in need of agricultural development, we jointly started holistic approach where we started with crop science, with pulses, oil seeds, and at the same time animal components. And when we saw that the farmers here are very much interested in raising pigs, and at the same time, by Darisai Agriculture University, we had got a very good breed crossed between European breed Temur and local Jharkhand Desi nondescript females. So the results were very, very good and very encouraging for the farmers of this whole Jharkhand, and even for the farmers of Northeast. So the name earlier was T and D, and it was a very famous among the farmers. But the dissemination of this breed was not to that extent because of the extension machineries were not up to the mark. So after the inception of KVK and under the dynamic Vice Chancellor Dr. N.N. Singh and the then Director Extension Education, we got to have demonstrations on T and D. Now it is registered as Jharsuk breed, and it came into existence in totality that time by KVK, and we were able to demonstrate by 3 or 4 farmers. But we realized farmers were very happy with the performance of Jharsuk. They were able to get a good number of piglets per farrowing. On an average, they were getting 9 piglets. And in a year, a Jharsuk is capable of giving 2 birth, 2 farrowing. So in totality, on an average, a farmer was getting viable piglets around 16 in numbers. And you can just imagine 16 piglets into 2.5 thousand. It is a very handsome amount of money that farmers were getting. So that encouraged the farmers over here, especially the tribal farmers, to go with pig farming and especially with pig breeding farming. So we at the KVK label, we felt it will be a very slow process if we only stick to demonstrating the good breed, because farmers at this label, they will need good seed, at least good seed, and in a very good numbers, so that the quantum of Jharsuk pigs can be raised in every household of the tribal families or those who are capable and who are interested in pig farming. So we decided to collect and to select many farmers, many youths, those who were really interested, but with the condition that they were resource rich. So we selected around 10 to 15 resource rich farmers, those who were interested in pig farming and those who were really very dedicated, very sincere. They were stick to all the technologies that KVK was departing to them. So they joined hands with us and they started breeding pigs. And we, KVKs, we gave the best of the technologies to them, that how they should select the best breed, and among the breed, how they should judge the best animal Then what type of housing and what type of management they should give to the pigs, and how the pig should be fed. If a pig is not being fed balanced diet, then they will not perform well. So they were given the skills of preparing feed, giving feed to their animals, how they should manage reproductive reproduction in the animals, how they can get the best piglets out of the sows. Every small but very important issues were taught and learned to them by the experts of Krishi Vigyan Kendra. So many farmers, they came up with pig breeding farm, and at the same time state government also supported us by giving subsidized pig breeding program to around 5 to 6 farmers, and that way we were able to disseminate these breeds among many farmers, those who were really interested in keeping hybrid pigs, or you can say the pigs with viability and with commercial viability, especially. Every farm, those who are keeping pigs, they were getting around 80 kg in a year, and that fetched them around 9,000 by raising one pig. So that was very encouraging, and that was very remunerative for the farmers, those who were getting very very, you can say, negligible amount of money by raising their desi pigs. Those were able to attain 30 to 40 kg body weight, although they were kept for 2 years or 3 years. But Jharkhand, that was a cross between Tamworth and desi, they performed so well that if I explain the different performance parameters of our desi Jharkhand breed, is that it attains a body weight of around 80 kg in 10 months in our district. They are black in color, and for your kind information, black pigs are on high demand among the tribal farmers. They don't like white pigs. We commonly know white pigs with very good breeds, but in Jharkhand and in northeastern India, most of the tribal farmers, they like black pig. So the excellent outcome of this breeding program was that the Jharkhand breed was totally black in color, breeding capability, outstanding fecundity, you can say, and they were tolerant. They were stress tolerant, you can say, because Singhbhum has got a temperate type of climate up to 45-degree temperature. So in this situation also, they perform so well. And in a year, they were getting 2 farrowings. So farmers were getting good number of piglets and good number of viable piglets at their doorsteps. And they could sell them to the fellow farmers, and they could get a very handsome remunerative price for their hard work. So this breed was selected, and the breeders were trained to keep pigs and to raise the pigs so that way, Krishi Vigyan Kendra organized 5 days. In minute details, the farmers were given all the informations, all the basic information, all the physiological aspects, all the reproductive aspects, and all the nutritional aspects in the 5 to 7 days training program. And the beauty of the training program used to be that we every day we used to call one progressive farmer, one successful farmer, to deliver their lecture, to deliver their experience, share their experience with the newcomers. And that used to be the most important part, so that the farmers, the trainees used to be motivated. Then the second step we used to do was the exposure visits in every training program. We used to expose them to the farms. And here I want to say one thing, the best part, how we achieved the target of wider dissemination of pig breeds in our district is farmers, when they see the institutional farms, say government farms, they are not that much attracted by seeing the farms, because it is the institutions are resource rich. They have got doctors, they have got well-built farm, they have got very good animals, they have got nutritious food, feed, everything. So they think sometimes that it is a business of resource rich people, because institutions have got everything, they can invest and they get the thing out of it. But that is not true. When the farmer could see the development, when the farmer could see the success of their fellow farmer, those who are working, those who are doing farming in the same situation where they are residing, or where they are the inhabitants of, so they really that attracted them, and that gave them a confidence to go for pig farming. So that was a very nice way of dissemination of pig-based breeding farm in our district, and seeing the progress, seeing the performance of the breeding farmers. The new farmers came up not only from this district but adjoining districts and adjoining states like Purulia and Bankura farmers. They also come to our district to get themselves exposed, and they take the piglets from here, because all the breeders, they have always refreshed and updated how they should improvise all the technologies for the best piglets, because inbreeding is a very big issue. So we always try to promote that no, you'll have to take female from one farm, you'll have to take male piglets from the other farm, so that inbreeding could be avoided. You'll have to exchange the males after every 2 years, so that the inbreeding in the farm could be avoided. And this way, they are now well versed with all the breeding technologies. And the training was conducted by Krishi Vigyan Kendra. Then the standing problems that used to come at their farms, that were sorted by conducting on-farm trials, and the many technologies that has been given from our host institution, Ranchi Veterinary College, under Darisai Agriculture University. They are really doing tremendous work in pig breeding and pig farming. So we get good technologies from there, and we assess the technology, and we disseminate those technology among the farmers, and they get a very good result. So demonstrations were there, on-farm trials were there, trainings were there. So these led to the dissemination, wider dissemination of pig-based breeding farm in our district. And among the other extension services, we frequently organize Kishan Gostis, farmer scientist interaction. Then we organize Kisan Melas. We develop leaflets and pamphlets. We have developed many WhatsApp groups among the pig-based farmers. That way, it gives a very good, that gave us a very good result. And again, I'm reverting back, and if I say the what were the basics and what were the major components we taught them, or we trained them, the farmers, with the improved pig breeds, what breed they should keep, how they should breed their pigs, then what type of housing they should make. It is not always required that they will have to go for higher investment. Pig farms can be of low cost pig farms. And we promoted semi-intensive system of farming, because it is a temperate condition. So we always advocated you plan where there is a big tree, few trees are there, and there are accessible grazing land, but in a captivity, in a covered area, so that the animal health could be taken care of. Then balanced feed management, we trained them on how to balance the feed as per the age, as per the production. there are different category of feed for the pigs. When they are with their mothers, they are fed with crib feeding with high protein, around 20%. Then starter feed with 18% protein, because protein is a component where farmers lack. So uh, making them understand the use of protein for growth, for production, so that made them really aware, and that they have adopted in their feeding program. Healthcare and disease management. KVK tried their level best to arrange swine fever vaccine, and now it is very good that our private Indian immunologicals have come up with swine fever vaccine, so it is available in the market. Now farmers, they are aware of swine fever, they are aware of FMD, and they regularly vaccinate their animals, and they know the advantages of keeping farmers in a farm, but not letting them lose, so that they get exchange of diseases from other nondescript or other disease animals. Then reproductive management, in the same way, we encourage them not to go for crossbreeding among the closely related animals. They will have to exchange their male. The male should be outstanding. The female selected should be from a very good sow, those who give birth not less than 9 piglets, and not and the winning or the viable piglets, it should receive not less than 8 numbers. So that way they are trained so that they can do it better, and they can get the best return of their hard work. So that way, Krishi Vigyan Kendra worked hard, and the result is that I got the privilege to speak in front of all of you that how progressive farmers were involved in disseminating and in adapting their farming and their remunerative farm to their fellow farmers. So this I have already described to you how we approach the farmers, and how we in what major components we focus. And we on marketing also we have done a very good job. Among the farmers, they are well connected WhatsApp groups, and now they are not being exploited by the middleman. They are trying to keep their price high. They are collectively selling, and they are collectively supplying it in the northeastern states in Kolkata, so that they get good price of their hard work. So among the successful farmers, if I want to name a few, is a retired professor, J. Soreng. He is icon in pig farming, not only pig farming, integrated pig farming. He is an icon. He is a retired professor of psychology. In 2007, we met. He came in touch with Krishi Vigyan Kendra. He showed his keen interest in pig farming, and he started with a 10 number of TND, and that Jharsuk, I can say, the registered name, and he could be able to supply around 500 piglets every year to the fellow farmers, and not only the piglets, but the whole package of practices that he used to do in his farm. So he was the torch bearer, I can say. Mr. Jerome Soren, he is a torch bearer behind the development and behind the dissemination of pig breeding farms and pig keeping uh, to the all the farmers of every farmer know him, because when they visit his farm, they could see in a small chunk of land of around 2 acres, he is able to earn around 10 lakhs in today's market. 10 lakhs as a net profit. That is a huge money out of 2 acres of land. And, he doesn't keep any land barren, any land vacant, no fallow land. Every time it is full of crops, and all the animals are so healthy, so shiny, because he manages. Then, and he's very innovative at the same time. He has developed a weighing balance, that is spring balance. Animal need not have to be lifted and only one person single-handedly he weights the animal by just putting the animal on a platform. He has designed in such a nice way. You will be happy to hear that farmers in their exposure visit from Nagaland and your north our district is Singhbhum to see how farmers are doing pig farming in a very nice way. And you can see in the picture our women folk, they are visiting his farm and they were really motivated. And I'm very happy to say here that whenever any exposure visit is organized for his farms, farmers were very eager to take piglets from his farm. And they used to take it also. And Mr. Soreng used to help them also to get the piglets. So he is a man behind the development. And secondly, I can name Sri Mangal Murmu. He is by profession he was a teacher. But he has he was very interested in pig farming, and he got the privilege of getting a pig breeding farm from the state government also later on. And he was also capable of raising around 100 pigs at his farm and around 20 to 25 breeding animals. And he was capable of supplying around 400 to 500 piglets every year. And his turnover was also around 8 lakhs per annum. You can see the farmers from our sweet northeastern states, they are visiting his farm. And it was, I think, in the year 1213 by the team, I think. Now our dean, Dr. Susil Prasad sir, is accompanying all the team. So you can see how the pig farming got disseminated among the farmers. Now you can see a young boy, you can see Anand Sanjit Purti. He is also an icon in pig breeding farm. If you go through YouTube, you'll get him and the viewers are more than 2 lakhs because Doordarshan Ranchi, they covered success story of Anand Sanjit Purti. He joined SDFC Bank in Maharashtra, saying he was not at all suited for service sector. So he left the job. He came to us. We trained him. Then I advised him to go to Ranchi. Our university trained him. And from there only he got the breeding animals. He raised them. And he was lucky to get breeding program by the state government. And that now he's not turning back. He is able to produce around 500 piglets per year. And you can and this type of progressive farmers are not 1, 2, 3 in numbers in our district. There are so many now because we needed good seed for the fellow farmers. We needed good piglets for the fellow farmers, and they are the one who are supplying the piglets. We are not capable institutions. We don't have that much resources for meeting all the demands of seed, that is the piglets for all the farmers. So that way he is also. And in the one thing I wanted to say to you, this breeding farms, they all are situated in the periphery of Jamshedpur. That means Jamshedpur is a populous city. It is an industrial city. So many canteens, so many hotels, hostels are there. So they used to maintain their fatteners on canteen and kitchen waste, and they used to maintain their breeding animals on your balance feeding. So now in the COVID era, in the pandemics, many canteens, many source of your waste, they were totally blocked. At that time, we could realize, all the farmers, all the progressive farmers, we could realize, no, now we'll have to prepare ourselves on alternative and non-conventional type of feed management. So we focus not on fatteners, we reduce the fattening animals, and we focus totally on breeding animals, because breeding animals in a small number we can keep, and we can feed them with balanced ration prepared by ourselves. So they are doing this, and the outcome is much better, because they are better managing balanced feed for their animals, and they are getting good crop, good piglets, and the result of the piglets are really very good. They are at the age of weaning, they are getting 12 to 13 kg body weight. So it is very good. And he is Anand Sanjit Purti. And you'll be happy to see Sumita Tirkiji. She is a lady, and she is also a torch bearer among the lady farmers. She started her breeding farm when she got financial support from government to start up a breeding farm. So she started with 10 uh, breeding females and 2 males, and now she has got not less than 80 animals in her farm. And along with pig breeding, she is very interested in goat rearing also, and additionally she is doing goats. Now, when I asked her the why you have incorporated goats, so she said ki uh, for pigs, I'm getting sufficient time, and in rest of the time I take the animals for grazing. And she has got a stock of around 12 to 14 goats at her farm. And um, all our farmers, every year they are getting award by our universities. And Professor Jerome Soren, he got a national award for innovative approaches in farming system. So Sumita Tirki and they all the breeders, the good breeders, they are gaining on an average 1 lakh per annum per month they are earning. So it is a very encouraging result for the fellow farmers, for the newcomers, for the unemployed rural youth. They are opting, seeing their success stories. And among other accents and methodologies, as I have already said to you, that we try to expose our farmers to the farm where they are really doing good. Successful farmers are there. You can see in the first picture, a farmer is being trained for giving vaccination. In the second farm, you can just see how the animals are maintained on farm wastes, grasses and all the soft grasses are being fed to them, that they reduce the cost of feeding. In the third picture, you can see time to time we organize meetings with the youths, those who are interested and those who want to do pig farming, or those who are doing pig farming. They share their experiences, and new farmers, they get to learn so many things. In the picture, we are getting exposures from Atma and the district Atma team. Sometimes they organize. I'm very sorry. So Atma also sometimes they sponsor programs, training programs, and we deliver training to them, and we expose their farmers, and they also get a lot of information from the progressive farmers. I am trying to motivate our women folk on how they can raise 1 or 2 pigs at their doorsteps, and they can get good earning from selling the piglets to the fellow farmers. And it is a semi-intensive type of farming. A photograph is there where the farmers have kept pigs in a semi-intensive system in low-cost farming. A group discussion is going on there, and how the first aid. You'll be happy to know that the Krishi Vigyan Kendra is making the farmers well acquainted with how they should go for vaccination themselves, how they should go for controlling of the parasites themselves. So very rarely they call veterinary doctors, because they are well capable of giving first aid to their animals. And since these animals are food animals, they are well versed with what antibiotics should be given during pregnancy, what dewormer should be given during pregnancy, and what is safe for them, and why, when not to give any antibiotics. If they are at the market age, we should avoid giving antibiotics. That these things are we already making them aware in our training programs. So these are some of the photographs. Our senior professor is visiting our successful farmers, and you can see how the feed is being, how the mineral mixtures are being mixed and prepared at our farmers field. And you can see in this picture that how Mangal Murgu is sharing his experience with the trainees, that pig farming is not very hard. We have got every input in our locality, in our we are resource rich, because if we go for integration, then only we can double our income. So he is elaborating his knowledge. So that way I can summarize and I can brief you all the participants, those who are associated with Krishi Vigyan Kendra or universities or uh, any ICR institutions, that for better adoption and wider dissemination of any technologies, uh, following points were taken into consideration: that the need of the farming community, we assess the need, and then we assess the gaps, then we tried to make them aware, we tried to motivate them, we tried to inculcate in them that how, what are the different practices and how they should go for profitable farming. So that way, capacity building of the target groups were made by exposures, by interactions, trainings, by experiential learning, and interaction with the successful entrepreneurs. And regular follow-up programs are always there in WhatsApp. We try to send them messages, audios, videos, so that they fresh up their knowledge and they get new informations regularly. This is what the way we have used in our district to promote, to propagate, to disseminate the pig-based farming system, and it is a very good example for whole of the country. Thank you so much. Dear participants, I think it is a topic of discussion. So if you have any point to discuss, we can.
Participants, if you have any questions, please ask the sir.